How prepared are you for a major crisis? A shocking 68% of Americans are not ready to face a major disaster. The harsh reality is that many of us are woefully underprepared for even minor emergencies, let alone a full-blown catastrophe. And the stakes couldn't be higher. When disaster strikes, your survival could hinge on the decisions you've made and the preparations you've put in place. But fear not, because this video is here to help. We're going to explore the top 10 mistakes people make when preparing for a crisis, specifically when bugging in. These are common pitfalls that can undermine even the best-laid plans. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what not to do and how to correct these errors. So are you ready to become a more effective prepper? Let's dive into the first common mistake that could put your survival at risk. Mistake number 1, underestimating your water supply. Water, my friends, is the essence of life, and its importance cannot be overstated. You might think that storing a few bottles in the basement will suffice, but that's a critical error. On average, an individual requires about 1 gallon of water per day for drinking and sanitation. That's 7 gallons a week, 30 gallons a month. Now multiply that by the number of people in your household. The numbers start to add up, don't they? It's not just about having enough water, but also about how you store it. Plastic containers can degrade over time, contaminating your precious supply. And what about rationing? Many people overestimate how long their water will last, leading to a dangerous shortage at the worst possible time. So stock up, store wisely, and ration carefully. Remember, water is life. Don't underestimate its importance. Mistake number 2, lack of awareness. Now let's delve into a major blunder that is often overlooked. It's not enough to just stockpile supplies. You need to be aware of what's happening around you. This means understanding potential threats in your area, keeping an eye on the news, and staying informed about the crisis at hand. It's easy to get caught up in our survival routines and forget to look up and assess our surroundings. But remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about what's happening, the better you can adapt your plans. This could be as simple as tuning into a reliable news source or as involved as learning about local flora and fauna that could affect your survival strategy. The key is to never stop learning, never stop observing. Stay informed, stay aware, and stay alive. Mistake number 3, ignoring financial preparedness. Now you might be thinking, I've got my food and water, my medical kit, and my bug-in bag ready. What else is there? Well, let me tell you, financial preparedness is just as important as any other aspect of survival. In a crisis, you may need to make quick purchases or investments, and having a financial safety net can make all the difference. Consider building up a cash reserve that's easily accessible. This doesn't mean hoarding bundles of cash under your mattress, but rather keeping some liquid assets that can be quickly converted into cash. Diversify your investments too, because you never know what the economy might look like post-disaster. And remember, it's not just about surviving the immediate crisis, but also about ensuring your long-term financial stability. So, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Remember, financial security is a crucial part of survival. Mistake number 4, neglecting medical supplies. Now, I can't stress this enough. A well-stocked first aid kit is as essential as water or food in a survival situation. I'm talking bandages, antiseptics, painkillers, tweezers, scissors, and more. But don't forget about prescription medications. If you or a family member relies on a specific drug, ensure you have an ample supply on hand. But it's not just about having the supplies. You need to know how to use them. A basic understanding of first aid is a must. Learn how to dress a wound, how to perform CPR, how to identify signs of infection. This knowledge could save a life. Remember, in a crisis situation, you may not have access to professional medical help. Your first aid kit and your knowledge might be all you have to rely on, so don't neglect this critical aspect of preparation. Your health is your wealth, especially in a crisis. Mistake number 5, neglecting sanitation and hygiene. Now this is where things tend to get a bit, well, messy. When bugging in, it's easy to overlook the importance of cleanliness. After all, you're focusing on survival, right? But here's the thing. Poor hygiene and lack of sanitation facilities can lead to a whole slew of health problems, from minor skin irritations to life-threatening illnesses. And when you're in survival mode, the last thing you need is an outbreak of disease. In a crisis, your regular utilities might not be available. So it's crucial to plan for alternatives. Make sure you have a system in place for waste disposal. Stock up on hygiene products, think soap, toothpaste, toilet paper. And don't forget about cleaning supplies for your living area. Remember, keeping clean isn't just about comfort. It's a necessity to prevent the spread of diseases. Cleanliness is next to godliness, even in a survival situation. Mistake number 6. Over-reliance on electronics. It's a fact of life in the 21st century. We are deeply dependent on our gadgets. But in a survival situation, this reliance can become a serious handicap. Power outages, network disruptions, or even something as simple as a dead battery can render your survival tech useless. It's important to remember that electronics should be a supplement, not a replacement for traditional survival skills and knowledge. Can you navigate without a GPS? Do you know how to start a fire without a lighter? How about communicating without a cell phone? These are crucial skills to have when the grid goes down. Don't forget to invest in non-electronic alternatives like maps, compasses, and manual tools. Your survival depends on your adaptability, not your latest gadget. In a crisis, your smartphone might not be so smart. Mistake number 7, not having an exit plan. Let's face it, folks, sometimes, despite our best efforts, our location might become too dangerous to remain. That wildfire might be creeping too close, or the floodwaters might be rising too fast. It's crucial to have an exit strategy. This means having a few routes mapped out to get out of Dodge and safe places to head to. This might be a relative's house, a cabin in the woods, or even a designated community shelter. Remember, your safety is paramount. You also need to consider how you'll transport your supplies and loved ones. Will you drive? Will you walk? What if the roads are blocked? These are all questions you need to answer in your exit plan. So while it's important to fortify your home and prepare to hunker down, don't forget to plan your escape route too. Hope for the best, but always plan for the worst. Mistake number 8, not having a bug-in bag. This is a critical oversight in any survival plan. You might be wondering, what's a bug-in bag? Simply put, it's a pre-packed bag containing all the essentials you would need to survive for at least 72 hours. It's like your portable survival kit. Why is it so vital? Imagine a sudden crisis situation. Maybe it's a natural disaster or a blackout. You need to act fast, but there's no time to gather supplies. That's where your bug-in bag comes in. It's ready, it's packed, it's your survival lifeline. So, what should it contain? Think necessities. Non-perishable food, water, a first aid kit, a flashlight, batteries, a multi-tool, a blanket, and don't forget cash and important documents. Remember, your bug-in bag isn't a suitcase for a vacation. It's compact, it's crucial, and it's designed to keep you alive. Your bug-in bag could be your lifeline in a crisis. Let's recap the top mistakes to avoid when bugging in. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, so let's take a moment to summarize the key points. First and foremost, never underestimate the importance of an adequate water supply. Water is the cornerstone of survival, and having a plan to ensure a steady supply should be a top priority. Secondly, don't fall into the trap of complacency through lack of awareness. Know what's going on around you and stay informed about potential threats. Financial issues often take a back seat when we're talking about survival, but being financially prepared can make all the difference when disaster strikes. Make sure you've got a financial plan in place before you need it. Medical supplies are another crucial element that's easy to overlook. A well-stocked first aid kit can quite literally be a lifesaver in a crisis. Sanitation and hygiene might seem like a luxury when you're in survival mode, but neglecting these areas can lead to illness and disease. Prioritize cleanliness to maintain health and morale. Our reliance on electronics can be a vulnerability in a survival situation. While technology has its place, it's essential to have backup plans that don't rely on power or connectivity. Practical measures such as knowing how to start a fire or build a shelter can make all the difference when it comes to survival. Don't rely solely on your stash of supplies. Know how to survive with your skills as well. Don't forget about the importance of having an exit plan. Even when you're bugging in, you need to have a plan for when it's time to leave. And finally, not having a bug-in bag ready to go can leave you scrambling when disaster strikes. Keep a well-stocked bag ready at all times, so you're prepared for anything. Remember, survival isn't about luck, it's about preparedness. Stay safe, stay prepared, and thank you for watching.